Hey, what's up guys, aarava here, and welcome back to the episode of my F1 2019 Manager Career Mode here with Ferrari for episode number 10 today at the Italian Grand Prix, and this is a race where we need to bounce back, because if you did miss the previous episode at the Belgium GP, a lot of stuff went down. It was a horrendous race for us, really. It was Vettel out of the Grand Prix. Leclerc had damage early on and only managed to get a few points there. It means in the Drivers' Championship, Vettel still actually leads because he had such a dominant lead over Hamilton. But the Constructors, we've really let ourselves down. We're already back down to second place now. 14 points adrift on Mercedes. It's our home race as well for this next one, so we have to do well. Our job security is no longer very secure. It's now only just secure because we had a minus 28 on the kind of the chairman's happiness, if you will. So we've really slipped down the order. So we need to bounce back with at least a win minimum. But I want to try and see if we can get a 1-2 at Milan. That would be pretty damn awesome for the team, obviously. But either way, just need to try and get a win, basically, and try and get back that lead in the championship. Ironically, you guys said it in the comments below. I talked about not letting the lead slip, and what happened? Our team just imploded, basically. So yeah, that's great. In terms of hires, though, looks like we've got some good prospects here to hire, potentially here. We've got a level 16 man. We need to try and get rid of some dead wood, though. So I'm going to go through here and basically just get rid of anyone I don't think space useful to us anymore. So I'm going to fire this dude. Don't need him. Level 13. This guy seems pretty useless as well. Going to fire him. So that's going to give us 2 open spaces at least. So we'll hire this man right here. We'll hire the man down below as well. Level 15. He'll turn into a level 16, so that'll be pretty decent. So now we should have a good range of people. If we look at the mistake percentage, we've got a very high one of 5.5 there. We can swap this guy out. 17 on the tires, very, very decent. Again here, swap him out, level 16. We've got 16, 0.2 here to swap in. And who else have we got? 0.4, that's not bad actually. 16 here, the 0.4, that's doable. Front jack we do need to look into. Who have we got? I think it's just this little 15 guy. So that's a bit of a slower pit stop there, but still pretty quick. 2.73. I mean, at the beginning of the season, we had like a 3.1 pit stop time. So that's pretty okay, actually. And we'll keep these two. Don't need to worry about them because we haven't used fixing at all this season so far. Because obviously, being a new season in the career mode, the reliability has been pretty decent from the get-go. But we've got an interview then. Leclerc ran straight into the back of Sergio Perez. That was obviously the issue we had with the crash early on. I'm going to say Perez is an idiot. I'm going to try and, obviously back my guy, even though Leclerc has been very poor in this season mod, to the point where, like, you guys are even saying now, you guys like Leclerc, obviously. In real life, it's different, but in this game, in the mod, he is really quite bad. So we might think about looking at other drivers elsewhere to partner up with Sebastian Vettel, I can't lie, for Season 2 of this career, when and if we get to that basic point of the season, basically. But we're going to move through then. The car repair is done. Let's look at what we've got building on at the moment is a gearbox, 13 days, so that'll still take some time. So we'll work through the reliability. They'll actually get done, apparently, right now. So what else have we got ready to go going on here? In terms of maxing out parts, this one's maxed out, even though it's 1091. That doesn't make any sense, really. Since that's going to get done, we'll just move this all the way to 48.2, and we'll continue on, and that will mean the performance work is done as well, just before the Grand Prix. The gearbox is going to get made very, very soon. We've got a lot of mail, though, coming in. We've got a team championship, a reminder that we are currently worse in the first place. If you have not met the target by the end of the season, you will be fired. So that's a sweeping declaration. I will be fired by Ferrari if I don't win the championship. Oh boy. Right, okay, cool. There's a report of 40% chance of rain. Vettel says we have the best car in Formula 1. When it comes to... we must have one of the best cars. Okay, so he wants us to do brakes. I will do that next because the gearbox will be made in a day's time. But okay, that's not nerve-wracking. We will be fired at the end of the season if we don't win the championship with Ferrari. So things just got a lot more serious, basically. That was a threat. So let's work on the brakes now. We haven't worked on them at all this season so far. So we'll do deceleration plus 20. That'll get done one day after the Grand Prix. So that's a little bit annoying, but it is what it is. But we've got a new gearbox to work on then. So let's work on that. Get the reliability up of that. It's 52. That's pretty piss poor. So let's try and get that done 16 minutes before the Grand Prix. 1 hour after the race. 3 hours after the race. 1 day after the race. I think it's good enough. We'll remove this gearbox because this one is already better, and we'll add that on. These are close to being done, So it's a little bit annoying. Probably won't get this any higher, really. But at least it'll be an improvement of sorts. So we'll move forward. Then we've got a political vote, redistribution of the tyre compounds, pre-distributed ones. So tyre compounds are decided before the race by the GMA, the FIA, and that means every team starts the race weekend on an even keel. This will not benefit teams like me, apparently. This will benefit a lot of other teams. I'm not really fussed too much as long as we get enough tyres, enough soft tyres, and enough of the hardest compounded tyres. I'm not too worried because we don't really use that medium compound too much. So I feel like if we did, that would be a hindrance. But since we don't, I think I would be okay with that. And we're also obviously not even using that many softs these days anyway, because we keep using the middle tyre in Q1. So I'm going to abstain from this and really just see how it goes, really. I don't think personally it will affect me too much, but let's see what it's going to go for. And it's a big swing to the right there for 9 votes for, so probably a good thing I didn't vote. Toto Wolff did not vote as well with Mercedes, so didn't really affect him as well, apparently. But yeah, so from next season, we will have a pre-selected distribution of tyres, so no longer will I get to choose. It's probably a good thing, to be fair, because sometimes I've messed it up, so this time there's no way I can actually blame myself for the tyre situation in the weekend. It's really just the FIA's fault in terms of the way they distribute everything. Let's have a quick look though. How did this gearbox then progress? Pretty good, near enough to the best one we've got, but it's at least obviously better than the one we were using, so it's going to be an upgrade for Leclerc, I assume, that will get this gearbox. Obviously, last race, I think we gave this one to Leclerc, but I'll now give this one to Vettel, this one to Leclerc. 87% on the reliability, that's all fine. So as we move on through the weekend, obviously this screen now will be predetermined next season, but I'm going to take in plenty of soft tyres, 3 mediums, and I will take in, 7 softs and 5 hards. The tyre weigh is going to be very, very low. Don't need mediums, don't even need that many hards as well. In terms of fit parts then, we will scroll down and give this to Vettel, give that to Leclerc. Front wing engine, all fine and dandy, of course, so we're good to go. Basically, it's going to be all sunny apparently, but there's another 40% chance of rain. Rain did not hit the Belgium Grand Prix when we had 40%, but maybe it will here. I'm a bit in two minds. I don't mind if there's rain here at Milan, but I feel like our car's going to be good enough to go well at this circuit anyway, in the dry. But let's just hope. Everyone, let's pray in the comments. We need a good race here. We need a good race. We need a win at Milan. Right, so getting to practice, there's no rain forecast, it would seem, for the start of the session at least. The setup we've got going on is one saved from the Red Bull career I did at the very end of last year, at the beginning of this year. So, and it was in a wet session though, so we'll see how the actual setup goes. I'll check it and bring them in straight away on this one lap here and check, and then we can do all the tyres. Shouldn't be much of an issue. It's not going to rain the entire session. It's a pretty good baseline actually. 2 goods and great for both drivers, so not too sure then which way we want to go. I'm going to check Leclerc because he seems to have more, even though he's got less feedback, his gauge seems to be a little bit more sensible than Vettel's really. There's more towards higher downforce, so I would almost say we want more. I don't know. It's actually the same, actually. There's a bit of low downforce to go. What's Vettel saying? He's the same way. Look, it's Milan. You'd surely think we want less downforce on the car. So I'm going to go that way. If that's the right way to go, I'm not too sure. You can see Vettel's already getting on the edge of that speed balance. So it's a bit odd in that kind of sense. But I'm going to try and bring this back then. And I'm going to go towards understeer. I would say go towards understeer, I think. Here at this track. So let's try that on for size. That might be wildly wrong, and I already have a bad feeling it is going to be wildly wrong, but we'll see. In that case, I'm going to try the opposite way with Leclerc just to test things out. In terms of handling, I'll go understeer. I think they must surely want more understeer than oversteer here at a track like Milan, where obviously you don't want a tank slapper out of the corner and trying to get the power down for a long straight. Tyre choice, we'll go with hards again. I'll bring them back in straight away. I want to get this setup nailed, and then we'll do the knowledge, especially if there is... Yeah, it doesn't look like there's any rain forecast for the entire session, so I think we've got plenty of time, and that's a bit of a mixed bag. Okay, we went the complete wrong way with Leclerc, so at least I was correct on that, finally. Correct on that. The intuition of wanting lower downforce at Milan was correct. Surprise. I mean, sometimes in the game, it's very nonsensical in that kind of way, and it does make sense. But we'll bring this down. That's poor, that's good, so they want oversteer, which I don't get at a track like this, like I said, but there you go. So let's bring that all the way to the edge of the bar then, to about there. The gearbox was all fine, actually, so if I can bring that back to where we were. Oh, this is going to be tricky. Ah, this is going to be a faff. Oh, there we go. Okay, this is going to work. Okay, there, something like that. I think something like that could work for Vettel. I reckon that'll be a pretty decent setup, so we'll go 8 laps on hard tyres. Leclerc, though, going to have to do some massive guesswork here and stabs into the dark. Let's go back to this setup, and then let's go lower down force to about there. Handling-wise, go this way to about there, and then the speed balance will go to long gearbox. That was good. That was great. Oh wait, no, hang on. That was great. That was good. So, do we want it short? We want it short. You want it shorter then? All right, let's try that on for size. It's sometimes such a faff. Right, hard tyres. I'll keep him out as well, and we'll check his setup once he's got the knowledge on the hard tyres. Right, going to bring both Leclerc and Vettel in. They have done their level 3s. And so, good timing for both of them. Well, more so for Leclerc there, but he's in. Vettel's in as well, and it's pretty good. 2 excellents and a good for Vettel. So, we're not quite there yet, but we're getting there with the perfect setup. 93%, that's good. That's good. So, therefore, I think excellent is probably somewhere quite close to that great, actually. So, let's lower the down... Oh, up the downforce a little bit, but let's go... Yeah, that side of great. I reckon that'll be the excellent we're looking for. And then these two just stay the same. Voila, that's pretty perfect. Qualifying, 3 laps, softs, go. And then with Leclerc, we're getting there as well. Good on the handling, still not completely sure. That was good. That was good. So probably in the middle is going to be like an excellent somewhere like that, like there maybe. That's sort of where we kind of want to be operating. And then downforce, just like Vettel, maybe a tiny bit higher. And we'll see how that works out for him. Quali, 3 laps, softs, go. Right, setups are good now. 2 excellents and a great. So I think that's probably the max we're going to get. So I'll just keep them out then on the quality trims. 98%, that's banging. That's going to be the upper echelon basically. So we'll go 3 laps. Quality 97%. Yeah, I think these two are the best setups we can get really. Only 2% off. So that's all fine. So we'll finish up this knowledge and we're good to go then for Q1. Alright, so it looks like there's going to be no rain at all, at least in Q1, and I hope that stays the same, really, for most of this qualifying session, because I'd rather just be all dry. I think we've got the pace. At least Vettel, I think, will have the pace in this car, but Leclerc's looking pretty decent as well. So I think we have an opportunity to get the 1-2, maybe, and lock out the front row, or at least get a pole position, at least. So we'll go on medium tyres. This should be a pretty straightforward session, really, so everything goes well. We can probably just skip all the way to the end here and get into Q2, really, because I wouldn't imagine there's any issue with them doing this. We've done it many times before, and our car is still, you know, on paper, the best car on the grid, actually, just about, with the improvements we made over the season. So I should think we should be fine across the line. 1:11. Ooh, Hamilton set to 1:11.3, but obviously we're on the mediums, so we're about 3/10 off. That's about maybe the gap I expect from mediums to soft. So maybe it's going to be just as close as it was in Belgium. Maybe obviously that was mega close for Hamilton's pole position time. So it might be closer than I wanted to, but I think we should still be very much in the mix for that fight there. But let's just move into Q2 then. Alright, so this is a bit of a dress rehearsal then for the next session, the top 10 shootout on soft tyres with Vettel and Leclerc. No rain again, so hopefully that is basically us locked in. Hopefully no rain in Q3 as well. And this will be the kind of first time we get to see what the sort of gap will be. Maybe we're all on the soft tyre there. I've only just clocked that. Every time this glitched, I thought this was glitching out. This is probably the previous session's lap time there. 1:11.3. So that's sort of what we're aiming for, hopefully. 1:11.3, probably a little bit less maybe, if we're good across the line. 1:10.8. Wow, what a lap. What a lap by Vettel. Nearly 3/10 ahead of Leclerc. Good stuff there. Hamilton gets close to Leclerc, but again, like we've seen before, Vettel making that difference in the Ferrari. And if it wasn't for Vettel, it would be so much closer there. But Vettel, big job there. 1:10.8. Bottas, though, gets in the mix. He sets nearly the same lap time as Leclerc, 0.228 off instead of 0.288 off. So Bottas looking pretty handy, actually. But good. Vettel seems to have some decent, at least you're talking 2/10 over our competitors. So I'm feeling confident for pole. But I said that last time at Belgium, and then Hamilton came out of nowhere with a pole position time. So let's just not count on Lowell's. So let's not count on it just yet, but let's get into Q3 then. Alright, so here we go then. It is showtime. This is where you boys really need to show what you're made of here. Let's send Vettel out straight away. We're locked in on that soft tyre, of course, for the race tomorrow. Send them both out. I don't know if Leclerc will get a tow off Vettel here, being sent out just behind him, but we actually get sent out side by side with the Mercedes car. So that's is that how it's going? How close it's going to be at the end of this session for pole position? I wonder. Is that a foreshadow? Let's see. Hopefully we don't give that Mercedes car a bit of a tow there as we go through. Leclerc seems to have overtaken him, so I don't know. He might get a bit of a tow. No, he's got ahead of us. He might give us a tow as we go down the main straight. Perfect for Leclerc. Good and good. Preparation for Vettel, but let's see, will Vettel overtake him on this lap? If he does, he's going faster, and he is looking to challenge him a little bit. Purple, and across the line, what's it going to be? We definitely got a bit of slipstream there, and across the line, 1:10.7, and that was Hamilton, that was. So we were side by side with Hamilton for that quali lap there, and so right now, Vettel on provisional pole, Leclerc, again, hundredths or thousandths of a second behind Hamilton there for third place. This time it's Hamilton that beats him, not Bottas there, but it's so close between Leclerc and the two Mercs, but Vettel's our star man, making the difference like I mentioned, so that's good. Right, so first round, we've got provisional pole, but it's now time for the second showing and seeing if it's all going to remain the same. So we'll wait a little bit in the garage to about, I don't know, I'd say like 2 minutes to go. Track grip's going to be super high. It's actually maxed out right now, so that doesn't actually matter too much. We can go out right now. So I'll send Leclerc out now, get some clean air maybe. I'll send Vettel out now. Bit of a clean zone right there. Yeah, decent. Look at that mini-map there. No traffic for Vettel. I think Leclerc's got ahead of everyone there as well. Just about. He's got the Racing Point car, but that might give him a little bit of a slipstream here down the main straight. So let's see. It's a good and perfect. And Leclerc down the inside of turn 1, so might have hopefully got a bit of help there from the Racing Point car, and then kind of goes on his way. Again, the preparation's only good and good for Vettel, but that was enough for him to get provisional pole. But now Leclerc sets a purple first sector, so he's gone better than Vettel has. Will it be a purple second? No, green second. It's still going to be a decent improvement there for Leclerc. And across the line, what is it going to be for him? Oh, second place though, gets the front row lockout there, 1.5 tenths off Vettel. Vettel's gone white in the first sector, purple in the second, and so what will it be across the line for Vettel? It's an improvement by about a tenth there to go 2 tenths clear of Leclerc for provisional pole position. Leclerc in second place. Right now to provisional 1-2 front row lockout for Ferrari here at Milan. That is exactly what we need to be seeing. But where is Hamilton? He's on an in-lap here. And I think that's him done. Yeah, he's on an in-lap. Everyone's on an in-lap. That is us booked in. We've got the front row lockout at the Italian Grand Prix with Ferrari. Absolutely wonderful stuff there. That is what we need. Now, boys, that's half the job done. We go into tomorrow's race, and we get the job done in the race, please. Right, so in terms of the strategy, I assume it's going to be a one-stop, I would say, really, honestly, because the tyre weight's so low around here, and it doesn't look like there's going to be any rain unless it comes right at the end. But if there is rain right at the end, that won't matter to us too much, because we can still pull off the one-stop and then just do a stop at the end for wet. But I would assume the way it's gone the entire weekend, it's just going to remain sunny. So in terms of the strategy, I don't know how long the tires go for. Again, I just keep forgetting, honestly, but like I said last episode, I think it works out to give a bit of mystery. But there's 30 laps. These go 15. They're probably going to go 13 laps, but I would say the hard tires will probably comfortably then finish the race, I would say. So I think it's just going to be a pretty decent standard one stop, really. So we're going to go on, I'll go attack and attack. I went pushing last time and they had a bad start, so we'll go attack this time. We need to be attacking from the forefront. I want to see minimum this 1-2 converted to a race win and maybe a third place. I'll be okay with 1 in 3. I'd ideally, obviously, I do want the 1-2 because that'd be great. Front low lockout, fast lap of the Grand Prix maybe, and the 1-2. That would be a perfect, you know, answer to what happened last race, and our chairman having this threat of you will be fired if you don't get first at the end of the season. I think that'd be perfect response. Right, here we go then to 5 red lights to the Italian Grand Prix. Front row lockout for Ferrari here. 5 red lights are out and we're on the way. And it's a good start there by Sebastian Vettel. Leclerc gets a good one though, but he's pressurised by the Mercedes of Bottas into turn 1 and Gasly's Red Bull. And Leclerc's going down the order now to oh my lord, P8 as we fast forward there. We're going to now come back through. And like we see many times, the car performance will bring him back through into P4. But massive gaggle of cars there as the Haas is side by side with the Red Bull. You've got a massively, shocking Shocking first lap for Hamilton. He's down in P12, going side by side with Alfa Romeo and McLaren of Lando Norris and Raikkonen there. So really bad start for Hamilton. So that's really good news for us, as Leclerc now is back up into P3. He's overtaking Lance Stroll. Stroll being pressurised by Verstappen in the Red Bull. And now we go chasing after Valtteri Bottas in second place, but Vettel already on and away. We're going to go to, I would say, pushing now with Vettel. Try and calm down this tyre wear already and actually try and not burn too much fuel early on. But we will push on with Leclerc still, because I want to get to second place. Then we can try and cool down the tyres and whatnot. Here we go, down the main straight there to slow that thing down. You can see it happening into turn 1. Leclerc into second place. Now we try and turn down these engines and turn down the tyre wear pushing and try and save the tyres. Obviously, we know Leclerc is very bad on tyre wear. He's already 5% lower than Vettel. Obviously, we've had to push harder, but he's 5% lower. So now we try and control this tyre wear and try and stretch these tyres as long as we can and dare to, really. So let's go conserve and medium for Vettel, conserve and medium for Leclerc, and try and manage this pace. 3.1 the gap from Vettel to Leclerc. In an ideal world, that gap just grows and grows and grows, really, for Vettel, and he does what he did at the German Grand Prix and just dominates the Grand Prix, to be honest. With Leclerc, it might not be so much so the same thing. You can see Bottas is keeping us pretty honest here. Where is Hamilton? He is P5. Okay, he's recovered pretty well there, Hamilton, from P12 to P5 then. So orders Verstappen, Hamilton. The Racing Point car is going quite well there. Gasly down to P9 after a good start that was for him. And then Ricciardo in the last of the top 10 there. But Leclerc, here we are, just 4 tenths ahead of Bottas there. So I think Bottas is pushing his engine a little bit there. You can see he's going to red, and then he's blipping it quite interesting. He's blipping it from red to yellow. So he's trying to push the engine a little bit, whereas we're trying to save some fuel now at this point in the Grand Prix. Maybe go a little bit high, just to try and keep ahead of him a little bit. As you can see there, Bottas has a little bit of a look right up a gearbox, so maybe just a little bit of high engine mode might help. Ooh, might have to go to overtake mode, you know. Just a little blip there for him, just to keep it ahead of turn 1. No, here comes Bottas then. That Mercedes car does have some decent pace versus Leclerc. Going to have to go neutral and high. Can he keep it through? No, he can't. Leclerc's down to P3 once again. Vettel, 3.7 the gap. He's doing a decent job. He's still stretching his legs. So it's Leclerc having to come back at Bottas. I don't know. Has Bottas now burned too much fuel? He's still burning fuel. Bottas is really going aggressive on the fuel here. I think we might have to join him, to be honest, and go hard with him. Try and catch him back up. Here we go. Come on, slipstream. Here we go. There we go, round the outside. Got him back there into the chicane. They're side by side though. Bottas comes back at Leclerc. Come on, mate. You have to get this on the wind, the slingshot to the main straight. It's a drag race. You've got to get him here. You've got to surely get him. Come on, pulling away. There we go. Into turn 1. Back into P2. 7/10 gain with that fuel burn. But look at the fuel now. Oh, we're going to have to do some major fuel saving at the end of this Grand Prix. And Bottas is still pushing fuel. I reckon Bottas is going to have to go like blue fuel saving for like half the race now. Surely he will. Right, Bottas might come back at us again. He's on high fuel. I'm not playing this game with Bottas. I'm going to go medium. You can overtake us, Bottas. You're going to have to save fuel later on this race, because I'm saving fuel with our race leader because he's doing such a great job, but you're just burning it. You keep blipping it to overtake mode every lap, and you're going to burn fuel. So I'm going to go low right now, and I'm going to play the long game with Leclerc, because Bottas, I don't know what he's doing. He's not playing it smart. Right, I've got worn tyres for Vettel. We've got even more worn tyres for Leclerc. Going to go on overtake mode and attack now for one more lap and really stretch these. And we gained 7 tenths there in Sector 1 alone. We're gaining back on Bottas. So all the time we just lost by saving some fuel with Leclerc. Now gaining back on this in-lap there. It's 1.3 gain. We'll pit in this lap. Hard tyres. 20 laps to the end. Easy does it. One stop. We'll go on. Do I risk it? I say we risk it. We've got the percentage mistake shouldn't be that high. I think we should be fine. Let's go. Let's risk it. Get the jump on Bottas. We're going to actually overtake him as we enter the pit lane there. So that's actually quite funny. We'll come in. Will Hamilton be in with us? No. Right. Just our pit stop. Good. No mistake. Brilliant. Right. Vettel. Overtake mode. Go, mate. Go. Right. Leclerc. Let's go on medium and neutral on this outlap. Don't want to push too hard. Right. Vettel. What are we saying? 13% worn. You are on... Where are you in the lap? You're gone past turn 1 already. So you're still getting some time. It's decent. It's decent. We've got the tyre wear. 4 tenths gain. Pit in now. Hard tyres. We'll go for the balance pit stop. Don't want to risk it with Vettel. Comes in. And he is, no mistake, please, no mistake. Good stuff. Out in first place, 8.7 ahead of Valtteri Bottas. Good stuff. Leclerc's into P2, and he's, ooh, just narrowly into P2, though, I must say. Just narrowly. But Bottas, he's pushing, well, that's not actually Bottas, sorry, it's Hamilton. Hamilton, my bad. Somehow Merck have managed to swap Bottas and Hamilton round. Interesting, okay. Hamilton's now the one in second. But he's on the soft tyre, so he's doing a two-stop then. So that's doubly good news for me to save fuel, because they're going to have to pit. So Bottas goes and overtakes us there, you can see. So we're down to P4 now with Leclerc. But that's not a worry for me. That's not a worry. The gap is 2.2. Vettel to Hamilton. That's fine by me. That's fine. That's easy. I've got some fuel to burn. And the thing is, Hamilton's tyres are starting. They're going to go off eventually. He's pushing hard now. He's pushing right now. He can't push forever, so it's fine. Gap's 1.8. Just keep it calm. Keep it calm, baby. Right, 11 laps to go in this Grand Prix. The gap is stabilised to 2.6 from Vettel to Hamilton, so we're looking pretty decent. Like I said, the tyre wear's now kicked in for Hamilton, and so we're pretty much level in terms of the pace we've got with Vettel. Leclerc, I'm a little bit worried he's 6 seconds behind, or even more, sorry, like 9 seconds back now from Hamilton. So there's a little bit of a chance that Leclerc gets jumped even with them pitting, because we just don't have enough pace on these tyres, and I don't have that much fuel to burn. We have a little bit of fuel to burn, so I might burn that now and try and push on and try and close this gap up a little bit. But I'm a little bit worried about that. But I'm not worried about Vettel. He should be fine. Gap's down to 1.9. That's fine. That's just because Hamilton's pushing a little bit harder. But he's going to have to pit soon. Surely, like on the next lap or two. Or maybe the next 3 laps, I would say. Yellow flags. That's not a worry for us. 8 laps to go in this Grand Prix. Leclerc, there we go. Leclerc's overtaken Hamilton, actually, so don't need to worry about that. We are in a net P2 with Leclerc here. Basically, what that is. So let's just focus on cooling down these tyres and try and get these tyres to the end of the Grand Prix with Leclerc, and we should be in for the 1-2. There we go, 1-2, 12-second the gap. We've got a 5-second gap to Hamilton behind us. He's on fresh softs, fair enough, but we've only got 6 laps left. We've got some tyre wear left in this. We will have some fuel left in this car as well once we save that fuel with Leclerc. We've already got positive fuel now. The gap is now 1 second. What? The gap's 1 second now. Oh my god, okay. Okay, now we've got an issue. Hamilton's come at us very quickly. A lot quicker than I thought he would. Oh my god, he's come at us at a rate of knots. What's that? Jesus, right. Leclerc, mate. We're going to have to try very hard to keep this P2, I can't lie. Push, overtake mode. Come on, keep this through turn 1. Got to keep it through turn 1. Then we go low on this next part of the lap to save the fuel in this part of the lap. Then we slingshot through. Use overtake mode again. Keep through. Go low then. Okay, good. Right. Now we push the tyres a bit too much. Got 4 laps to go. Tyre weight's 25%. Haha. This is going to be close. Overtake mode. Neutral. No. No, in a straight line. Hamilton gets us. Even with overtake mode, I don't think we can get that. I think that might be P2 loss, to be honest. Just don't have the tyre wear for it. Hamilton's got some decent pace. That 2 stops worked out for him for second place. It won't work out for first, though. We're still good for that, but... I did say 1-3. I'll be kind of okay with that, but... You know, would have been better for the 1-2, wouldn't have been. So, it is what it is. Right, we'll move through on towards the last lap of the Grand Prix. And I will push flat out with Vettel. Try and get the fast lap of the Grand Prix on this second last lap of the GP, please. Final lap now. Actually, it's the final lap, so good time to push. 8 tenths gained. Come on, purple in the second sector. Yeah, there we go. Fast up the Grand Prix, this should be. And Vettel crosses the line for first place. Leclerc in the end, his tyre wear was so bad at 9% and the fuel wasn't there that he gets overtaken. We actually close up a little bit and we're down to P4 with Leclerc in the end. It's a 1-4, not 1-3. So that's a bit of a shame, but that's just how poor Leclerc is a little bit on tyre wear already. 8% compared to 20%. That's pathetic. And in the end, Bottas actually nearly overtook Hamilton there on the line. But it's the win. It's the win at the Italian Grand Prix. We should be happy about this. This is great. The win at the Italian Grand Prix in a Ferrari. Vettel gets another win of the season. Grazie ragazzi. Forza Ferrari. First place. We got the fast lap of the Grand Prix, I think, as well, with Vettel, I'm pretty sure. So we lead the championship by 27 points. So looking pretty good still. Constructors. Oh. 8 points off Mercedes. So we closed the gap. We closed the gap. We're still not fully there, but we did close the gap there a decent amount. So I think next race we should have the potential to get the lead back in the championship. But for now, even though we won that race, it might mean the chairman's not actually happy with that because it's not a 1-2. I feel like if it's a 1-2 and we didn't lead the championship, that would be fine. But I think because we only won it and didn't get the second place, he probably won't be happy with us. I mean, let's see what it says on the actual indicator. Again, obviously, the usual money coming in, all good, but what's it going to be? Is our brakes are built then, so that'll be good for next episode. Brakes built straight away. Let's have a gander here. I can see our job security's gone back to purple, I think, just there. Yeah, it's back to very secure. We got plus 11 for winning Milan. Okay, that's good. So we're back maybe a little bit in the good books of the chairman. But obviously, it doesn't matter what this says. We still got that email that basically just said, if we don't win, we're fired. So even if we have a very secure job security, we still could get fired at the end of the year. We don't win this entire thing. So those 8 points, we need to close them up next race. But guys, if you did enjoy this one at the Italian Grand Prix, smash the like button for the Ferrari win at the Italian Grand Prix. Let me know what you thought in the comments below. If you are new around here, subscribe for weekly full-on content. I've been aarava. Have a good day. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.